Hola chicos, ¿qué tal? Aquí Vical en otro vídeo de Siberia, The World Before, y vamos ya por la parte 3 de la historia. Acabamos de llegar, no, ya hemos hablado con Lenny aquí en el refugio este del Spiegelbergen, como se llame, el sitio. Cuidado aquí porque vamos a tener que hacer varias cositas, que obviamente ya sabéis que son perdibles. Y entre ellas, bueno, las conversaciones con este tío, no recuerdo exactamente si son necesarias, pero hacerlas, ¿vale? Hacerlas porque tenemos que investigar muchas cosas y tenemos que saber historia del sitio para un objetivo secundario, ¿vale? Entonces, hablar de todo lo que podáis con este tío, ¿vale? Yo lo voy a saltar porque las conversaciones son un montón y es larguísimas, entonces lo voy a recortar un poco, ¿vale? Para que el vídeo no se haga tan excesivamente largo, perdón, ¿vale? Pero ya digo, o sea, hablar con todo, igual que con Lenny, ¿vale? Hablar con todo porque nos van a ir contando cositas que luego nos van a hacer falta, ¿de acuerdo? Así que, pues nada, seguimos.
Right. Thanks for cluing me in. Anyway, I better get back to what I was doing.
You are welcome, Fräulein.
Reminds me of Hans's automatons in Valladolid. A mechanical stove. Seen better days. Another object with the look of the Vorarlberg workshop. Lenny's father must have made this stair lift to help her get up and down the stairs. Must have taken him many hours. It's touching when you think about it.
Vale, ahora vamos a subir a la parte de arriba y cuidado porque vamos a tener que coger un libro que hay aquí, que es importante, de cara a un trofeo, ¿vale? Un trofeo que no vamos a poder sacar ahora, sino un poquito más adelante, es este libro. ¿De acuerdo? De este libro hay 2 volúmenes a lo largo del juego, el primero está aquí y el segundo es un poquito más para adelante, ¿vale? Obviamente son perdibles, ¿vale? Ya sabéis que aquí prácticamente todo es perdible. Entonces, cogemos este y luego el que estará más adelante, ¿vale? En otro escenario, habrá que cogerlo también para que nos dé el trofeo, ¿vale? Solo son, digamos, más rollo coleccionable. Solo están esos 2, ¿vale? Así que tenerlo en cuenta porque ya digo que es perdible, ¿vale? Luego, posteriormente, creo que sí vamos a poder regresar de nuevo aquí al refugio, pero ya no estará el libro, ¿de acuerdo? Entonces, tener en cuenta estas cositas, ¿vale?
May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, innocent of great transgression. Sweet. Photos of the refuge. Looks like they're arranged by time period. These date from before the war. There's even one from the summer when Dana worked at the refuge. There are no photos of the occupation of Vaughan by the Brown Shadow. I guess that corresponds to when Lenny and her father had to leave the refuge. This series ends at 2002, 3 years ago, when I began my journey with Oscar and Hans's train. All these photos go up to the 80s, including my date of birth. That's pretty impressive. Obviously helps Lenny get up and about. She's still sitting there, watching. Wonder what she's thinking about. It's cold in here. Another of those cigar butts. Austere. Looks like a storage room. So that's the painting Dana told Lenny's father to buy. Not bad. And similar in style to my painting. Wonder what the others were like. There. But who could have left it open? It must be a lot of work keeping this place going. Hats off to Demoiselle Lenny for managing all by herself. It must be a lot of work keeping this place going. Hats off to Demoiselle Lenny for managing all by herself. Dormitories. I wonder how many people stop at the refuge these days. I must remember to ask Lenny about it. Don't want to break my neck, thank you very much. This must be Yunta's coffer, the one Lenny spoke about. Take-up reel, like the ones used on old cinema projectors. Maintaining the refuge must be a huge job. As tough as Lenny is, I hope she has some help when she needs it.
What now, Fräulein? I was just about to doze off.
Can you tell me about the resistance medal with your name on it?
Sure, I was in the resistance. Not for those medals, though. Nothing but tin charms. You see, there's those who received medals, and those that were killed. And besides, they aren't gonna give me my legs back, are they?
No, but they prove you played a part in the liberation of your country.
Nonsense. Nothing but bad memories. I'd rather not talk about it.
How did you meet Leon Kobates?
Why do you ask? You from the police or something?
No. I just thought I'd ask, since you seem to appreciate him. Didn't you?
Fräulein, when I said you could look in the guest rooms, it didn't include my room. But yes, like I said before, he was a regular customer even before the episode with Dana. To me, he was like a movie star. What young girl wouldn't be bowled over by a young, handsome alpinist? And to top it off, an Olympic medalist?
About Yunta's coffer.
What about it?
Where did the coffer in the loft come from?
In fact, Father made it himself during the long winter evenings. He wanted something more elegant and solid than the old family coffer where he kept the takings. So he made the one upstairs, thanks to the techniques he learned when he worked in the Vorarlberg factory in Valladolid.
Valladolid in France?
That's right. The price Junta paid was equivalent to a month's worth of takings. Money well spent, though, because it was built like a mountain fortress.
You wouldn't happen to know the combination, would you?
I told you before, I don't know it.
I'll be going now. That must be the notice the alpinist at the refuge spoke about. It prohibits access to Devil's Pass. That must lead to the other side of the circus.
If this goes on, I'll end up reading my way through the entire bookcase.
austere. Looks like a storage room. Don't want to break my neck, thank you very much. Take-up reel, like the ones used on old cinema projectors. I should check each side of the coffer. dazzling up here. I can see why they call it the Silberspiegel. Silber means silver and Spiegel is mirror. The
Vale,
silver
ahora
mirror
una vez que
certainly
ya
lives up to
hayamos
its name.
hecho esto de mirar aquí las vistas, vamos a ir al telescopio este o al mirador este que hay aquí, porque aquí vamos a sacar la combinación para el cofre
I have to put in a coin.
y aparte un trofeo que obviamente es perdible. Y es que tenemos que hacerle una fotografía a todo o hacer la cantidad máxima de fotos posibles. Creo que son 5 o 6, no son muchas, ¿vale? Tener cuidado porque da un poco de fallo, ¿vale? O sea, no capta bien a veces. Así que insistir un poco, ¿vale? Hasta que no veáis que realmente habéis hecho la foto, no salir porque obviamente es un trofeo perdible. Y ya una vez que hayamos hecho las 5 o las 6 fotografías que son, ya también habremos completado el objetivo secundario, que es el de este que te dicen de conseguir toda la información sobre el lugar o algo así antes de abrir el cofre, ¿de acuerdo?
That's the fabled Silberspiegel. Oh, I wish I had time to watch it change. So that's what they call the Devil's Pass. Incredible. The bodies of the resistance fighters that the alchemist mentioned must be inside. So much going on in these mountains, now and before. But I'd better get back on track, or I'll end up renting a room from Demoiselle Lenny and explore the area for weeks. Amazing. Now it shows the view from the terrace. A film developing company. They probably developed Junta's films and sent them back once they were done. No doubt Junta must have written this. Summer 1937. The year Dana worked here. Let's see. I filled my last diary last night. Ordered another one, but still waiting for supplies to be delivered to the refuge. Using an old envelope in the meantime. Today invited Dana for a chat after her shift.
I'd like to know what Leon sees in her. I've never seen him so smitten. Thanks for popping up, Dana. How did the shift go?
Fine, same as usual.
Just finishing up here, then I'll make us a nice cup of tea.
Wow, that looks futuristic. What is it?
Ah, that little baby is my viewer. That's why it goes in the coffer.
What does it do?
I use it to put together and edit the rushes.
The what?
Rushes. In other words, the strips of unedited footage. I've finished today's selection, so be a dear and put it in the coffer, would you?
I would if I knew how.
Oh, just turn the key in the lock.
Vale, ahora aquí la conversación que vamos a tener con Junta o Junta nos van a dar dos opciones, delatar a Lenny o no hacerlo. Pues bien, vamos primero a no delatarla, ¿de acuerdo? Y una vez que lo hagamos, vamos a salir, en cuanto nos salte el trofeo, vamos a salir corriendo al menú principal, ¿vale? Para que así el punto de control se nos quede justo antes de tener la conversación. ¿Por qué? Porque luego al volver a entrar, la siguiente opción que vamos a darle es a la de delatarla, ¿de acuerdo? Porque si no recuerdo mal, creo que eso nos va a servir de cara a un futuro trofeo, ¿de acuerdo? Y aparte de que si elegís la opción de delatarla de primeras y se os guarda punto de control, ¿vale? Porque aquí ya sabéis que no hay forma de guardar partida, es los puntos de control. No se pueden recargar, ¿de acuerdo? O sea, no podéis volver a un punto anterior. Entonces, por eso digo que es perdible. ¿Veis? Como veis, yo aquí en cuanto me ha saltado el trofeo no lo podéis ver porque no me sale, ¿vale? Pero es salir al menú principal, ¿de acuerdo? Hay que hacerlo muy rápido, ¿vale? Pues ya sabéis que enseguida se termina una conversación o lo que sea, os sale guardado y ya la habéis piciado. Entonces, tener eso en cuenta, ¿vale? Primero le dais a no delatarla, cuando salte el trofeo, ¡pum!, recargáis, salís menú principal, ¿de acuerdo? Y nos dejará justo antes de la conversación. Esto, ya digo, muy importante, porque si no, os va a tocar repetir el juego, al menos hasta esta parte, ¿vale? Y ya llevamos, pues más o menos, la mitad de juego aproximadamente.
Dana, be a darling and put the key somewhere safe. You can't be too careful with these mountain people, especially with that little Lenny sniffing around my equipment all the time.
I think you ought to know. On the night we first met, when that horrible Huss made such a fuss, I caught Lenny playing with one of your camera lenses.
I knew it! I just knew she was rummaging in my things. I'll make that little brat sorry we ever met. Believe me.
Where do you normally put it?
I have a little hiding place over there.
Is this where you want me to put the key?
Yes, there's a dear.
It's a handy hiding place. Who made it?
Oh, Herr Gustav. He knows only too well that some customers have their little secrets, you know. Just need to finish preparing for the filming tomorrow. Then we can chat away to our heart's content. If you could just fetch me a new roll of film from the darkroom, then we're done.
Did you take this picture?
Of course.
How did you get to film them training?
Oh, it was a commission. Lucky, really. Right place, right time kind of thing. Of course, I jumped at the chance because it meant I could film Leon in action at last.
And Herr Huss, what's he doing with the Origin expedition?
Unfortunately, all scientific expeditions sponsored by the Brown Shadow come with a chaperone like him. There to make sure their funds are used as they see fit. In other words, that there is no divergence with regards to their ideology.
How did you and Leon get together? I mean, how did you...
We're just friends, if that's what you want to know.
That's a lot of equipment you have there. If you don't mind my asking, how do you manage to pay for it all?
Oh, that's easy. Especially when you know a few general...
Did you take the photos of the athletes? You're not often lonely then.
Well, look at our sweet little waitress. Doesn't she have a saucy mind? It's called...
All these newspaper clippings mention the Brown Shadow. According to Father, their influence is growing among the population. Now that I've had the misfortune of meeting Herr Huss here, I understand his concern. Here are the film rolls Yunta asked me for. I love your photos.
Ah, well, they each represent an element of mountain wildlife and flora I've photographed recently. I use them as a sort of checklist.
Aquí al examinar las fotos, ¿vale? Acordarse de hacerlo porque las que están en vertical son la combinación, ¿de acuerdo? Cabra, flor, montaña y árboles. Estas es la combinación que vamos a tener que meter con Kate en el cofre de Yunta.
Get away!
Yunta's coffer key. Looks like she didn't note down the end of her meeting with Dana, but it might still contain the info I need to open the coffer. No doubt Yunta must have written this. According to Yunta's notes, there was a room on the other side. I can't reach it anymore, but Dana could. This one says Lenny, director. So I guess Lenny did get to make her film after all. Vaughan Refuge, 1937. Yunta's films, taken during the summer Dana worked here. I'll need a key to open it. Where can I find the combination for the mechanism?
Better try something else. Wrong one.
I'll watch this one afterwards. Interesting footage. Let's see what's on the other reel. Lenny didn't say she filmed a fight between Dana and Leon. I'd better go back and see her to find out about it. Demoiselle Lenny, I saw the film you shot of Dana and Leon.
So Junta kept it. She got so cross when she discovered I'd rummaged through her stuff. She most certainly had secrets of her own, that one.
I know it was ages ago, But can you recall what happened between Dana and Leon that day?
You do like flogging a dead horse, don't you, Fräulein? But as you please. Since Junta never let me use her camera, I decided not to ask her anymore. Like that, she couldn't say no, could she? And that's when I heard them arguing.
How could you agree to this, Leon? How could you?
I told you I had no choice. The local guide for PARTE can't do it anymore. He got injured.
There are plenty of other guides in Wagen. Why does it have to be you? Just tell them to find someone else.
Look, Dana, I didn't want to tell you, but...
But what?
Frank Huss, that brute from the other night. He's the one that made the call here. In other words, he's taking revenge by sending me to the other side of the world with the Origin expedition. And he said that if I refused, something might happen. Not just to me, but to you as well.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You're a Vigerian and so are your parents, right? Well, Huss says it won't be long before the Brown Shadow is in power, and he made it clear that something was brewing, and that you and your parents would be first on the list.
What list?
I don't know, but it can't be good. Then he said that other Vigerians would follow.
Dear God.
Dana, darling, the world's gone crazy. Promise me you'll be very careful. It will be all right if you just watch yourself and what you say. I've asked Junta to stand by you just in case. It won't be long, darling. Half a school year at the Music Academy. I'll be home for Christmas. Promise. Come here now, my pretty Edelweiss.
Don't call me that. You know I don't like it.
It's true, though. That's exactly where you are, my pretty Edelweiss.
If you keep that up, Leon Kobatis, I'll find you a nickname too.
Go on, then.
All right. I'll call you my mountain artist from now on.
You've got a flair for names, I see. I like it. Beautiful, isn't it? I could stay here forever.
There, Fräulein Walker. That is all I have to say. I hope this time you have what you need to continue on your journey.
Thank you, Demoiselle Lenny. But there is just one more thing. You mentioned a music academy? They must have ledgers and archives. Maybe I'll be able to find out whether Dana left an address there.
Well, it hasn't moved. It's still in Wagen. Go to the musicians' district. It's right next to the musical square. That's all I can tell you. So if you don't mind, Fräulein.
Thank you. Then that's where I'll continue my search.
Is it really worth your while to keep looking for Dana? Is it not just another pipe dream, Fräulein? I get the impression there have been others.
I prefer to look at it as a calling. Besides, I don't have much choice. Thanks to you, she's a part of me now.
As you wish. I hope you find what you are looking for.
Thank you. Again. I've got everything I need from here, I guess. Best get back to the guest house. Get some rest. I'll go to the Music Academy first thing in the morning. I found her, my sweet Katusha. The girl in the painting. Her name is Dana. Dana Rose.
That's nice, Kate. Real nice.
I'm gonna find out who she was, just like I promised you.
Nothing more than a good old adventure to forget your grief, I guess. You should go, Kate, or you're gonna miss the tram. There will always be a train for you.
Oh, gosh, what a day.
I hope Oscar's okay, wherever he is. I'm not abandoning him. I just need to find him. Closed. It's late. Frau Wagner must have gone to bed.
I beg you, Kate, please come back and say goodbye to your mother. Call me so we can organize your return in the best conditions possible. Call me for the sake of what's left of our friendship.
There's no point. It's too late, Olivia.
Aquí, antes de irnos a la habitación a dormir, vamos de nuevo a interactuar con el ordenador para sacar el trofeo relacionado con el de buscar todas las opciones de búsqueda, vaya, la redundancia, en el ordenador. En el anterior vídeo, o en el primero, creo recordar, hicimos la primera parte, ¿vale? Solo podíamos buscar unas cuantas cosas. Ahora, tras la conversación con Lenny y descubrir todo lo del refugio, ¿vale? Nos habrán salido nuevas opciones de búsqueda. Entonces, acordarse de examinar el ordenador, buscar todas las opciones. Si las repetís no pasa nada, ¿vale? Porque os lo podéis saltar rápido, pero asegurarse de buscar todas las cosas, ¿vale? Todas las opciones habidas y por haber, ¿vale? Para asegurar de sacar el trofeo, porque luego a la mañana siguiente ya no vamos a poder usar el ordenador y de nuevo sería un trofeo perdible.
It's a shame that Demoiselle Lenny is so modest about having been a member of the Resistance. She's a true hero. No results about Dana. She probably never got famous. Huh, Junta. Demoiselle Lenny told me a lot about her. But was she some kind of spy? The more I discover about Dana, the more I get the feeling I'm only scratching the surface of Vaughan's history. Oh, but hey, let's call it a day. Not a soul here. Not surprising, given the time.
Is that you, Katie?
Yes, Mom. I mean, who else can it be?
Ahora aquí que estamos jugando con Baby Kate, vamos a tener que revisar antes de, digamos, ponernos de hablar con la madre, o de coger más bien el pajarito este, ¿no? La cajita de música. Tenemos que examinar todas las cosas que hay en la casa para que nos den un trofeo. Y luego aparte, también, si recordáis, al principio del vídeo decía lo del libro, ¿vale? Que habían 2 volúmenes de un libro que había que encontrar. Uno estaba en el refugio y el otro está aquí, en la casa de Kate, ¿vale? Entonces, acordarse también de cogerlo. Ahora lo mostraré la ubicación donde está, pero vamos, que no es muy complicado. Y os saltará el trofeo. Y revisar, ya digo, todo, ¿vale? Todo con lo que se pueda interactuar, hacerlo, ¿vale? Porque aparte de que es un trofeo, creo recordar, también es un objetivo secundario. Lo único que no tenéis que tocar hasta que no lo hayáis revisado todo, ¿vale? Es el pajarito que está en la chimenea, ¿vale? No acercarse a la chimenea porque si no, una vez que ya lo toquéis, ya os saltará, digamos, la escena de vídeo, ¿vale? Así que aquí tenéis el libro que está en el cajón, ¿vale? Y eso, tenerlo en cuenta porque de nuevo, obviamente, me estoy repitiendo, pero son trofeos perdibles, ¿vale? Y como ya dije y lo vuelvo a recordar, este juego no tiene repetición de capítulos. Si perdéis algo, tendréis que empezar desde el principio, ¿vale? Y avanzar hasta donde os hayáis quedado o en fin, pues eso, hasta donde os hayáis quedado, vaya.
Mom bought those again.
Wow. I hope I get to travel around the world too when I grow up.
Oh, hello, Munchkin.
Hey, Mom. We haven't seen Grandpa and Grandma for a long time. Mom says they'll probably come over from New York on her birthday.
Is everything okay, Katie?
Come on, I've been cooped up in my room for hours. Jeez, pulling my hair out, trying to figure out the math problem. Mommy, can I go out and play with Olivia?
That depends on you, Munchkin. Did you finish your homework?
Yeah, more or less.
So I can come check it then, right, Katie?
Actually, it looks too cold to go out. Think I'll stay in.
Just what I was thinking.
Not fair. You forgot your music box.
Be careful with that, please, Munchkin.
Where'd this come from?
I already told you. Your grandma and grandpa gave it to me when I was little.
Doesn't look like it's from New York, though.
I don't know. Must have been in the family forever.
I just love it.
You've always liked it. Ever since you were little.
Will you give it to me when I'm big?
Maybe, if you're a good girl, when I get old.
So when will that be then?
Later, Katie.
But when?
In a very, very long time, I guess. When I'll be gone.
What the hell? You want me to call you Olivia? Fine. I've survived worse criticism. I shouldn't put it off. I better call Olivia while I have the courage. Who do you think you are, Olivia Foster? It's easy to judge and lecture me from New York. You know nothing about what I've gone through, of what I've had to endure since leaving Hans. Don't know why I should be so nervous about making a simple phone call. I mean, hey, I've crossed Europe, been in all sorts of danger, and yet look at me here. I'm worrying about talking to my former best friend. Oh, and I think I used to spend my life on the phone gossiping with her. So what do I risk? Criticism? The one who missed her mother's funeral because she was breaking rocks at the bottom of a mine. In any case, Olivia hasn't stopped criticizing me ever since I left Valladolid on Hans Vorarlberg's train. I'm the one who should be criticizing her. I mean, come on. Isn't she the one who took advantage of my absence to get her hooks into Dan? Now look at me, mulling over old grudges. That's exactly what I wanted to escape from when I decided to go with Hans in his train to Siberia. And then there was the departure with the Yukon tribe, their seasonal migration. Come on, Kate, for Christ's sake, stop procrastinating. Just make the darn call and get it over with.
Hello? Hello? Mr. Kenton, is that you? Who's there, please?
Olivia, it's me, Kate.
Kate? Gee, it's so weird to hear your voice after all these years.
Got your letter, Olivia.
Kate, I sent it 2 years ago.
I know, things have been complicated.
Complicated? I see. And so when are you coming back to New York? You know, to visit your mother's grave?
You know I can't come back, Olivia. I'm still wanted by the police over the sale of the Vorarlberg factory.
Oh, I haven't forgotten, believe me. If only you knew how much the accusations hurt your mother. Visits from the police, the requisitions, and just when she was diagnosed, too. And yet the poor woman never stopped hoping that her daughter would come back one day. Or at least call to help her in her final days.
I'm calling precisely because I do care. It's just that ever since Katyusha's death and escaping from the mine, well, things have been, yeah, complicated. And then there's the woman in the painting, Dana.
What are you talking about, Kate? Just listen to yourself. None of what you're saying makes any sense.
Olivia, please.
Kate, okay, listen to me. I thought you had plenty of time to think about how you abandoned all of us. Me, your mother, Dan, or even that poor Mr. Kenton. And maybe felt at least some remorse. But I guess I was dreaming. All you do is keep chasing castles in the sky and ignore those who care about you.
I get why you're mad. Do you think I'm not mad at myself?
Well, I hope so.
But there's nothing I can do now to change what happened. It's over, Olivia. All I have now is the woman in the painting.
Oh, Kate, I should have known. And I should never have asked you to call me. Goodbye, Kate. I hope you find whatever it is you've been looking for these past 3 years. One thing's for sure, though. You wanted to be alone, and that's how you're gonna stay.
Y bueno, por el momento vamos a dejarlo por aquí ya, porque ya llevamos un vídeo bastante larguito. Como digo siempre, espero que os haya servido de ayuda y si es así ya sabéis que os podéis suscribir para no perderos ningún próximo vídeo de esta serie. Y de nuevo, nada, agradecer el apoyo, dejarse un like si queréis, también un comentario. Muchísimas gracias y nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo. Chao.